Right now, we're turning to a Channel 3 exclusive tonight. A police sergeant in Simsbury could be out of a job. That's if the chief has his way.
Yeah, this is all coming as the result of an investigation after that officer admitted to taking notes of a conversation he had with the police chief. And tonight, both sides argued their case at a police commission meeting. Channel 3's Mike Savino is there and joins us now live with exactly what he's learned. Mike.
And Aaron and Mark, that meeting has now been going on for over 4 hours. Police Chief Nicholas Bouter says the issue isn't even about these recordings. It's actually that Sergeant Jason Trombley was dishonest and insubordinate during the investigation. But Trombley's lawyers say that Bouter has a conflict of interest in the investigation and that it wasn't conducted fairly.
I just don't see where sort of we could employ or house a police officer that has been shown to be dishonest and untruthful.
Chief Nicholas Bouter making his case to fire Sergeant Jason Trombley from the Simsbury Police Department. After completing an internal affairs investigation, Bouter is now asking the police commission to approve his recommendation. Bouter says he heard in April that Trombley was telling coworkers that he recorded conversations where the chief was disparaging other officers. Bouter says Trombley initially denied ever making recordings, but he later admitted in an email that he took notes of the conversations. According to Bouter, Trombley said he initially denied doing so because he assumed Bouter was asking about audio recordings. Trombley also initially refused Bouter's request to turn over the notes. Bouter says his recommendation to fire Trombley is not because of the recordings. The department has no policy against recording coworkers. Instead, Bouter says Trombley was dishonest and insubordinate. He was also engaging in malicious gossip and conduct unbecoming, violating department policy.
If officers are untruthful or dishonest, that has some significant repercussions to the police officer, to the department.
But Trombley's lawyer, Jeff Ment, questioned why Bouter conducted the investigation instead of hiring an outside investigator.
Went with an investigation conducted by the victim who decided he had been wronged, and the penalty here is execution.
He also argued Bouter had no right to demand Trombley's personal notes.
Why do you have the lawful legal right, absent a search warrant, to get someone's personal information that presumably is what they're going to use in the grievance that you already have pending?
Ment argued Trombley was keeping notes for an unrelated grievance against the chief. He also pushed back when Bouter argued dishonesty alone should be grounds for termination. One sergeant recalled when he was the subject of an untrue allegation by another officer. That officer remains on the force.
The chief knew that rocked me to the core. It did. Knowing that this officer made such an egregious allegation against me.
Now the commission is keeping the hearing open beyond tonight's meeting, so there won't be a decision. Live from Simsbury, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.